Hello friends, it's Lex at LexReads and welcome to day 1 of video every day in April. Yes, so we're starting off with a bang. This is my April TBR. I am participating in the O.W.L.S Readathon, which is the coolest readathon. I've done it every year that it has existed. It's so much fun, and also I like it because it's long. It lasts the whole month instead of just a week, so I have way more opportunity to try and commit to all of the prompts. Okay, so I've decided on 2 career paths that mostly overlap, but I'm going to try and do a book for every prompt. So the 2 career paths that I've chosen are curse breaker and then like ministry worker. Specifically, I would want to work in the Department of Mysteries because I think the Department of Mysteries is so cool. So I'm going to go through the mandatory prompts first and then the extra prompts second. Let's do it. The first subject that I need is Ancient Ruins, and this prompt is a book with a heart on the cover. I actually kind of had a hard time with this. I'm a little bit embarrassed by how hard of a time that I had with this, and I ended up deciding on Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. You may not be able to see them, but in that little bubble up there, there are 3, I think there's 3 very tiny little hearts. Number 2 is Arithmancy, and this one is to read a book that is outside your normal genre. This is a little hard for me because I read a lot of genres pretty consistently, but I've given myself a few options on this. The first one is This Is How We Lose the Time War, which is more like speculative fiction, literary fiction than other, and I had to do a lot of research because apparently I do read speculative fiction, because like a lot of sci-fi and stuff is speculative fiction. But I didn't think that I read speculative fiction, so to combat that, I've also picked Quiver, which is by O.W.L.S Lerner, and they're like erotic, and it's like an anthology book of erotic stories. So this, not the thing that I typically read. I don't read a lot of anthologies, and I don't often read erotica, so maybe we'll read that. I don't know. I thought I didn't read speculative fiction, so really learning that I read speculative fiction just ruined everything. The third subject that I need is Charms, which is a book with a mostly white cover, and I'ma read The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, but the special edition one because it's white. Ooh. This is one of my favorite cover sets of all times. This is my second set of Hunger Games novels because I saw them and I was like, I need it. Next up, I need Defense Against the Dark Arts, and this one is a book that is set by a coast or like a large body of water, and I am going to be reading The Wicked Deep, which is about a town where centuries ago they drowned 3 women because they thought they were witches, and now every year the 3 women return and like take over the bodies of the weak and do some wicked stuff, and then our protagonist Penny meets a boy Beau. I think they probably fall in love. There's a lot of secrets and mistrust, and she has to decide whether to save Beau or herself, I think. There's a body of water by the town, so that one was also really hard for me to find a book for some reason. I almost picked Catching Fire, so that's where I was at in my brain. Next up, I need History of Magic, which is a book with like magic, witches, wizards, etc. This one is also kind of a little bit of a stretch. I want to read White Cat by Holly Black because I haven't read it in a really long time, and it's a really good book. This follows Cassell, who comes from a family of curse workers, so they have like magical powers, and he doesn't have magical powers. Crime families, witchy business. Good book. Black magic. Black magic counts as witchy stuff. I'm gonna call that witch/wizard, even if it's not technically, because they're curse workers. It's close enough, and you can fight me because it's my readathon experience, and I'll read when I want to. Damn it. Next up, I need Potions, which is a book under 150 pages. I'm going to read Stone Fox, which is 96 pages. It's about a dog sled race, I think. Yeah, dog sled race. It's like a children's book, kind of, I think. So it's like big text, 96 pages. I think I can read it in like 30 minutes. So we're doing that one. And the last one that I need, ooh, hiccup. The last thing that I need is a book that includes something shape-shifting. So I have two options for this one. One is New Moon by Stephanie Meyer, because I'm doing a reread of the Twilight saga for a series of videos where I reread my old favorite books. I will link my Twilight reread down below. I posted it last Thursday. But I'm vlogging my O.W.L.S Readathon, and I want to save this for like that vlog, so I'm going to decide at a later date if that's something that I'm willing / want to do, and if it isn't, then I'm going to read To Kill a Kingdom, which is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I kind of just searched Goodreads books that have shape-shifting, and it was on the list, and I own it, so I was like, we'll do that one. Alright, now going back through and doing the ones that I don't have to get done but want to get done, we have Astronomy, which is read a whole book mostly at nighttime. I do this pretty much anyway. I read a lot at night, so just to keep on trend, because I've been meaning to do some Hunger Games rereads. Catching Fire by Suzanne Collins. I'm going to read it at night, and I'm going to reread it this month. I do at least one reread of the Hunger Games series every year, so I'm about due. I read them all in April last year for the O.W.L.S Readathon. Care of Magical Creatures is a book with something with a beak on the cover. So if I end up reading Quiver for my thing that I don't usually read genre, then I can read This Is How We Lose the Time War, because it has birds on the cover. And if I'm not feeling that, I really, really want to read Real Life by Brandon Taylor. Real Life is a queer story about Wallace, who is queer and black and from the South, who goes to a Midwestern state university, where he's tried to keep a careful amount of distance between him and everyone else. Meanwhile, his circle of friends, they're like dating each other, they're dating other people, they're pretending to be straight. There's a confrontation with a straight white classmate. Everything gets turned upside down. It sounds like a really, really good story, something that I'm really interested in. It's brand new. I'm pretty sure it came out in February. So, new release. Gotta buy it if I want to read it, but that's on my list of maybes because I think it sounds really good. Divination, let fate pick your book. So for this one, I put the number of books on my Goodreads TBR, like books I own shelf, in a random number generator, pressed generate, went to that number on my shelf, and that number is The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson, which is the sequel to Truly Devious, which I haven't read yet and I do own. So I'll be picking that up this month, hopefully, to get my divination check. Herbology is a book that starts with M, and I don't even have to hold it up. You know what it is. It's Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. That's all I'm going to say about that. We're just going to keep on moving along. And the last subject is Muggle Studies, and it's read a contemporary. I want to read autobiography, which I bought in February and have been itching to read and just haven't gotten around to, so I figured what better time and what better excuse to get in a read of autobiography, and I'm super stoked about it, so let's do it. Alright, y'all, so that is what I've got for you today. I'm pretty sure that's 7 or 8 books that I have to read to knock out both of my careers. I think it's 5 or 6 for each if I only do one, but it's 12 books total, along with the other books that I'm reading for specific videos this month. It's a lot. It's a lot on my plate. We all know I'm bad at TBRs. I tried to give myself some options, though, and I might not stick to the TBR, but if I fulfill the prompt, then who even really cares? You know? Who even really cares? Why didn't I use any of these for beak on the cover. What is wrong with me? Why am I so dumb? Whatever. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm so excited to vlog this experience, to be a part of this experience. You should join in if it's something you're interested in, if you like Harry Potter. It's a really, really fun readathon. That being said, like I said, this is the first video of Video Every Day in April, so I will see you guys tomorrow for another very fun, very, very special video. I'm going to be talking about a subset of books that I don't often talk about on my channel, so that's really exciting, and I will see you all then. Thank you again. Bye-bye, friends!